In the next 12 to 48 hours, you are going to have one of the biggest Bitcoin moves in its entire history. Today, guys, I need to talk about what I think is going to happen. I need to prepare you for everything that's going on right now. We do have some breaking news in regards to what the move is going to be here. We have sources from within the SEC actually telling us what is about to happen. I am going to talk about the rest of the crypto market. I will talk about my trading strategies, my trades, the plan I have, and everything else, guys. So make sure to stick around from the beginning until the end. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Chris, bringing you cryptocurrency videos every day, teaching you how to make money in this market. If you're new to the channel, then make sure to subscribe and activate the bell right now. So let's get straight into it, guys. And on the 4-hourly time frame for Bitcoin, since having this big bounce, guys, we are now finding ourselves within this range between this red line down here and this orange line up here. So we came up after that big bounce on the 4-hourly time frame. We were rejected 4 times, 1, 2, 3, 4 times on the 4-hourly time frame, and then we had actually another pretty decent pullback towards the downside. But look at this, guys. We got supported even before on the wick, even before we went down to the red line here. So that is a signal of strength in the market right now, and things are looking pretty well still. But now we are so close to that ETF decision. So right now, it doesn't really matter that much where we are. I have already talked about the scenarios I think are going to happen. I've already talked about some price targets, both if it gets rejected, and also I've talked about price targets and exact strategy if it gets approved. So make sure to go back and watch the strategy video. I talked about all of that right here 7 days ago. Urgent warning, the spot Bitcoin ETF is not what it seems. So make sure to watch that video if you want to know more about that. But for now, all we can really do, guys, is just wait. We have already prepared for this for many months. So right now, we're just waiting, and we already have our plans in motion. We already know what we're gonna do in all of the different scenarios. So now it is only a matter of time. And guys, we do have an actual timeline, which I am going to share with you here soon. But first, let's talk about Ethereum quickly. And Ethereum is still, like, it seems a little bit boring right now that we are still in this range, guys, for Ethereum, which we have been for so long already here for Ethereum. So this is on the daily time frame. It goes back to, we've done this sideways action for more than a month already. But this is actually fine for my trading strategies because, as you know, they are taking profit up here, they are buying down here. So they are buying on the pullbacks and then taking profit on the way up. Buying on the pullbacks, taking profit. Pullback, profit. Pullback, profit. That is why the bots have been doing really well, which I'm gonna get into later on as well. Now, for traditional markets, this is really interesting because traditional markets are not really having such a good time right now. Traditional markets are going down pretty severely. I mean, from the peak here, from the top, we're already down 2.5% here on the 4-hourly time frame, and this is from the end of December. So the traditional markets are going down quite significantly here. So this is definitely something we will have to keep our eyes on. Now let's talk about the big stuff, because some analysts and journalists are saying right now that, heard from sources extremely close to the matter, that the Bitcoin spot ETF is going to be approved by the SEC for multiple firms' applications. And what they're expecting is that it is going to be approved tomorrow, meaning today, Friday, because this was posted yesterday. So you have more and more sources actually saying that it is going to approved today, but you have Andrew, which also is in the knows and has a lot of good information in general. He's saying that it's most likely, from what he is hearing, it could happen on Friday, but more likely on Monday. However, both of them are in consensus that everything is looking like the ETFs are going to be approved. Now, just to talk about exactly what to expect here from the ETF over the long term. Well, a survey of financial advisors by Bitwise found that only 39% expect a spot Bitcoin ETF to be approved in 2024. So this is from financial advisors. These are not crypto people. These are not people that are following the crypto markets. These are just financial advisors in general. So what this shows us is that the ETF probably is not even priced in. They also said that 88% of advisors are interested in buying Bitcoin and they're waiting for the spot Bitcoin ETF to be approved before they do. So this just goes to show that there is going to be demand. Now, just like I said in my previous video, do not overestimate what this is going to do in the short term. Because short term, you could, have a pullback, and you could have people saying like, oh, they are very disappointed with the money that is flooding into Bitcoin through these ETFs. But don't overestimate what it's going to do in the short term, but also don't underestimate what it's going to do over the long term, because this is all about long-term buying pressure for Bitcoin. And to actually continue with that, the vast majority see its approval as a major catalyst, and 88% of advisors is interested in purchasing Bitcoin, and they're waiting for that spot Bitcoin ETF to be approved. This is the same data I showed you right here. But also, let's continue. 90%, as things stands today, only 19% of advisors say that they are able to actually buy crypto right now in client accounts. So the ETFs are going to make it easier, because right now only 19%. So there's going to be another 81% of advisors which now will have access to an easy rail to actually buy Bitcoin through these ETFs. And then we have a huge post here by Caitlin, who says that there's so much money in these financial advisors' bank accounts, basically the assets that they are managing, and if only a few percent of those flew into Bitcoin, then that could have massive ramifications for the price of Bitcoin. So we already know about this, guys, but let me just remind you quickly, and especially for those that are using my trading strategies here, guys. If you see the Bitcoin ETF being approved, boom, we're going to have a pump. But then at some point, and I talked about my price targets in my previous video, once we reach that top of the kind of immediate pump, you're most likely going to see a pretty drastic pullback as well. And at that point, if you're using my trading strategies, you have to, not when it happens, guys, you have to do it right now. If you are using my trading strategies, I cannot stress this enough. If you are using my trading strategies, these are leverage 10x. If you are using these ones on more leverage, I do not recommend that. You are most likely going to get liquidated when this move happens. So let me stress this very, very clearly. Even if you are using these ones at like 5x leverage, add more margin. Not when it happens, not tomorrow, not in 3 days, right now. Because when those moves happens, most exchanges are probably not going to be accessible. Most exchanges are probably going to go offline, and you're not going to be able to do anything with your position. So add more margin right now if you do not want to get liquidated. Not financial advice, you do whatever you want. But if you look at something like my positions here, you can see that I have invested in this one $2,000. Let's just take this Bitcoin cycle bot. I've invested $2,000, which this bot is trading with. Now, if you look at my margin that I have added additionally $4,800, right? Although that doesn't make sense, because the assets in the bot right now is 9,800. So I guess that what they are showing right here is just the assets that it is trading with currently, because it hasn't filled all of these orders. Nonetheless, you can see that the assets in the bot is 9,889, and margin added is 4.8. So I have added about double the amount of margin that the bot would be using. And if I click adjust margin, I can reduce it probably by 4,800. Yes, like you can see here. So the margin that I have added, in addition to the actual margin that I started these bots with, is double the amount. And I would suggest that at the very least, add double the amount, so you lower the liquidation price. And for Ethereum, because Ethereum during price dumps goes down much, much lower in general, you have to add even more. So I would suggest you add, a lot for the Ethereum. Let's look at my Ethereum bot here, for instance, the Ethereum cycle bot. Okay, I haven't added that much. I've added, let me see here, adjust margin, reduce. Okay, I've added 10K approximately. Yeah, and that is about like 200% more than the initial margin. So be very, very adamant about that, guys. You need to be careful. You do not want to get liquidated. But as you know, guys, we have been winning and winning and winning with these ones. All of the bots have now crossed 100% by far. And the Ethereum fast bot, which had filled 13 positions yesterday, on the pump yesterday, it took profit. The Ethereum cycle bot didn't manage to take profit yet. But then we had this pullback and the positions have been filled again. So now we're waiting for more profits here. We're waiting for another bounce and for these bots to take profit. And as you know, guys, when you saw this big drop for Bitcoin and Ethereum, boom, down here, my bots were accumulating positions, and instead of losing, like most people got wrecked here, they got absolutely liquidated. And our bots instead bought on the way down and took profit on the way up. So this was a massive win for us. And as long as you manage risk, I think that this is going to continue to be the case moving forward as well. As you know, guys, I am always 100% transparent with you. I show you my losses, I show you my wins, and so far it's been pretty damn profitable to use these ones. Now, on BitGet, let me just quickly show you the stuff on BitGet as well. You can see, I saw that one of the first, you can see that one of the subscribers now have finally crossed over $10,000 in individual profits using these ones. So massive congratulations to NRT Thompson for crossing $10,000 here. So that's absolutely fantastic. And also for everyone that wants to use these ones on BitGet, we do have some slots left here. Some people have been closing the bots here on the second account in anticipation of the massive volatility. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. In fact, if you're not able to manage risk, or if you do not believe that we're going to have pumps, you should be closing your bots. If you think we're going to go down, or you're going to enter into a massive bear market, then you should close your bots. It's as easy as that. But for me, that thinks that we are still in a bull market and we're gonna still have massive pumps towards the upside, I do think that these bots are going to, and if you look at the profits here, you can see that we have some amazing profits here on BitGet as well, which have been only running for almost 2 months right now. So if you want to use any of these trading strategies, guys, first try OKX, where you can claim up to $60,000 in deposit bonuses. Click this one, click join now, and then go down, and with one click you can set up each and every one of those bots. If you're not able to use OKX, try BitGet. Click on this link, claim up to $8,400, and then click on this one, which still has some spots available, and then you just pick whichever bot you want to use here after you have clicked subscribe. Now, there is some potential bearish data that is going to come out today, and this is also one of the reasons why the traditional markets are going down right now, because people are a little bit fearful right now with the non-farm payrolls that are going to come out later on today. It is anticipated that maybe it's going to be stronger than expected, meaning that the people will be expecting the inflation to continue to be sticky, meaning that you might not see as many rate cuts as we anticipate in the next year, or in this year actually. And so yeah, this is bearish. If you have good data coming out, that is a bearish sign for the markets. This is the crazy stuff, the crazy reality we're living in right now. But yeah, it is expected that the treasury yields are going to make a pump here. So yeah, that is why the traditional markets are a little bit bearish right now. The options market for US treasuries was a bust Thursday following the emergence of a large bearish wager that Friday's jobs report will trigger the biggest backup in benchmark yields in more than 9 months. So a little bit of drama in the traditional finance space, guys. We will see what's going to come out of that. But right now with the ETF, crypto really is a beast of its own. Another interesting thing to talk about as well is that during yesterday's volatility, OKX saw as much volume as Binance. And this is unusual. Binance usually crushes every other exchange in terms of volume. But OKX, and this is the reason why I think OKX is the biggest and the best exchange out there, in my opinion, guys. I think OKX is my favorite exchange, together with Bybit. They are my top 2 exchanges, but OKX really is a beast of its own. So you can see that most people have jumped from Binance to OKX, and you're seeing some significant volume on OKX right now. So that's fantastic to see as well. I am happy to be one of the first ones that really started to talk about the benefits of using OKX here. So that is fantastic. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one.